Hello everybody and welcome to another speed build, and this is my second time recording the narration, and so hopefully it'll work this time. So here I am just kind of building. I'm not sure how to describe what I'm doing right now. Well, I'll describe my idea for this house. My initial idea for a house was kind of like a compact house, because I thought that might be a nice challenge. And by compact, I don't mean by a 10 by 10 lot. I mean compact as in I myself am just trying to build. Okay, then this is really hard to explain actually. So this was actually a house that I decided to build because you know how sometimes you see like those really nice compact houses, like the ones built out of storage containers can sometimes be very compact. Well, from Delicacy's video with the whole storage container ones, like, oh, that's a nice idea to build a nice compact house, but I didn't want to build a storage container house, so I decided to build this. I describe it as sort of a modern camper type idea. Like, the outside looks all woodsy, I guess you could describe it as. But the inside, I would say, is quite modern and nice, like some of the houses are. And here I am just messing around with stairs and stuff like that. And yeah, so it took me quite a while to build this. This is about a 10-minute video, sped up by 8 times. Which, as you can tell, is like almost an hour and a half this took me, which I know is quite surprising because some people can just like dish out a build like that, I guess, like just quickly do one in like an hour. I've seen people do hour builds, and to me it's insane because this tiny house took me like an hour. Because I remember seeing like Crow Sims and The Sims Supply do this whole, it's kind of an older video, but they did this whole build thing where they only had an hour each to build and comparing what they did, and man, I could never do that because I like to detail my build so much and I'm just so indecisive. As you can tell, I'm messing around with that horrible green, but I'm getting to the final colors, just don't worry. And if you're wondering why is my roof always pink when I start off, that's because I wound up getting like this custom thing at some point, and that is just set as my default for whatever reason. I know, as you can tell, kind of annoying that would be it, but you know. And I had a nice tin roof just to make it look a bit more woodsy. And this is, I'd say, around my I'd say that these are my final colors. Here I'm trying to recolor this, but it really doesn't work out in my favor. And the keen of you would have noticed that I did have a little bit of a jump there. I'm not sure what I was doing. I recolor the stairs a bit, and my challenge for this house, other than making it compact, was I wanted to use a bit more of build mode. Because normally I don't even touch not build mode, I mean the terrain. I don't think I even alter it in most of my houses, except maybe if I'm adding a pond. So I decided to make it on a slight elevation, which I know isn't too much, but I really just wanted to try this out. And you can see me trying to mess around with floor plans until I finally get this. And you're probably wondering, where's the bathroom? Well, I kind of forget about that until a bit. I'd say it takes me a while to realize that. Longer than you'd think. Right now I'm just experimenting with possible window ideas, because it is quite a window-filled place, and I don't think there are even any curtains for the reason that I imagine this being out in like the woods or something like that. So I think that if you're out in the outdoors, I know that made no sense, but if you were in the outdoors just camping, you probably wouldn't be worrying about your privacy too much, especially if you're in the middle of nowhere. I don't think it would really matter, honestly. And I go for this, I guess you could say, dull-ish tone. Like, it's a bit standard. Like, you'd find this in a normal house, just like on the walls. And I used a hot pink for a second, just so I could know which side was which. And I know, I changed the colors up so much, just when I'm doing the windows. And yeah, so this probably could have crashed. If my game crashed at any point, oh, here I am adding in the smaller bathroom area. I just used an all-in-one. But if my game had crashed even once on me while building this, then it would have been pretty messy because I only saved after I was done furnishing. That is the only time in the hour that I actually bothered saving. I know, how risky. And you can see me using some counters from Pets, and the way I use them I absolutely adore. I use a mini fridge. I'm not sure if you can cook proper meals with it. I just thought it looked really cool and made sense to the build. I'm not sure how long it's going to take for me to possibly work out download link, because when I was trying it out, like after I was done building, it wasn't working for whatever reason. And here I am adding in a sink and of course a microwave, just in case if you want some popcorn, I guess. I left one counter open, of course, for cooking. And I add in this kind of default door tone, I guess you could say. I even have a preset of something like that. And yeah, I didn't think the all-in-one even needed curtains, because it's kind of, you just walk into it. So yeah, you would probably place this off to the side if you were to get this and put it somewhere. Then I put it off to the side. See, I experimented with these tables for quite a while, and then I just decided to go for these nice late night ones. So yeah, I finished this probably over a week ago, but it's just been taking me a while with the whole narration, and I've been busy doing things. I added a bookshelf just in case you want to read. And there's some nice flowers that are from Master Sweet stuff. This one isn't really concentrated on what expansions I use, but I did try to make sure that I didn't use just a solitary object from an expansion pack. I tried not to, but I probably did a lot. I have trouble with doing that sometimes. Like, it's easy if you're just making a base game only house, but if you're not making a base game only house, then things get quite difficult, because you actually have to keep track of what you're using more, because base game only, I can just set the filter to base game only. However, if I'm not just doing base game, then that's when we run into some issues. Because then I can't just I guess I could probably use the filter tool, but if I really find an object that I like, it's hard to refuse using it. Oh yeah, and as for that video game system, I'd like to imagine that could be a DVD player, it could be a video game system. And yeah, so I think I wound up keeping that guitar in the corner just for decoration. Your sim doesn't even need to play the guitar, sell it if you wish. And here I am working out the lighting. It's not the most fancy lighting, of course, because these places, from the pictures I've seen, don't generally have that too much. And I like houses like this. I don't know, I think they're really nice. As for design, I even end up adding some wall lights for this kind of odd lighting. I want to say more, but I only have like 2 minutes left of commentary, because after this we just have the backyard and commentating. So I wanted this place to have a really clean look, so to say, I guess, or so to speak, because I felt that the pictures I've seen, I know that they probably prepared for those pictures, but it also seems like they'd stay really clean and nice anyways, because you have less to clean. And after this I save and come back, so this was all done in one sitting, because, I don't know, felt like building that day, I guess. And we're about to get into the screenshots here. So hopefully you enjoyed this video and have a fantastic day. Bye!